Episode 42. Will these comics make good film and television shows? Find out right now in my review. Alright, welcome back everyone. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer. Thank you everybody for making Lords of LA a successful Kickstarter. I will be launching Late Pledge in January, so watch out for that. But let's jump right into it. We have DC with Silent Night. Silent Night with a K. So this is a Batman and Santa Claus story, but we're starting to see some other Justice League characters in here. We find out that Krampus is behind everything, and there's an attack on Gotham with man-bat type creatures, but they're really vampires. So we have vampires, we got Krampus, we got Christmas, we got jolly old Saint Nick with knives. What else can we possibly want? Pleasantly surprised by this book. I wasn't picking it up because it just sounded stupid. But everybody said it was great, so I picked up the first issue, and lo and behold, I actually enjoyed it. So Krampus is here and causing all kinds of muck and mayhem, and he's got his little zombie guys going on. The Batmobile drives up. Kind of cool, kind of cool. And he's handed a present, or sent a present by Santa Claus. We get this nice little back, I guess, when he still has the Batcave, because, you know, they've dismantled Batman completely in the main run. But anyway, he opens up the present. The present kind of does a hologram type of thing of the past, where we find out that Krampus and, you know, originally they were, you know, twin brothers. One's good, one's bad, meaning Santa Claus and Krampus. But here, he kind of took him on because he knew he wasn't evil. But then we start, you know, so Santa deals with the nice kids and Krampus deals with the naughty kids. But here's what I'm confused about. So Krampus is not this tall, but yet they show him, like, grabbing someone, and they only look like they're 2 feet tall. So I was really kind of confused by that. And, yeah, I don't understand it. But anyway, so he says he's going to kill the kids, and, you know, Santa Claus takes him kind of seriously. And, you know, here it is again with him holding a guy that looks like he's 2 feet tall. Not understanding that. Meanwhile, he's only a couple, maybe a foot taller than Santa Claus. So anyway, he says he's going to kill the guys, and he believes him, and he sends him away. He kind of banishes him. So from there, I guess later on he realizes that the kids he said he killed, he didn't. And he just kind of put them somewhere, and I guess beat the crap out of them or scared them enough. You know, scared them straight, I guess. I'd be pretty scared straight, too. But anyway, he tried to, then Santa Claus goes to the void and tries to find him where he banished him to, and he can't find him. So he assumes that he went mad there in that area and doesn't know what to do about it. So he kind of, then I guess eventually he escapes, and now he's causing all kinds of muck and mayhem. But anyway, here's all the vampire bats that are kind of like Langstrom. And then we have this character here run up with a bomb and throw a bomb at it. I was really pleasantly surprised here. Wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys are excited as I am. But it ends up being Miss Martian, who we haven't seen in forever. I love Miss Martian. I liked her in the Justice League series and all that stuff, and we never get to see her anymore. They tried to do it in a Supergirl series, but, you know, that thing was demolished. That thing was dead by the end there. And then we get these two show up. we got Ollie and Black Canary show up, and they're going to help the day. So we have Miss Martian, we got Black Canary, we got Green Arrow. I mean, this is a great book. So then we get this nice, cool splash page. I don't know if you guys can see both of them together. I don't want to block it with the thing there, but yeah. So she changes her frequency for her canary's cry, and she knocks them all out. And then we get that cool Ollie thing with all the arrows and the reflections in the arrows. Really nice work. This is Michelle Bandini. I've never heard of her before, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I think she does a really good job here. And then we have, Robin kicking one of the arrows because they're vampires, so they can only use the wooden shaft arrows, and destroys that guy. And then at the very end, I'm sorry we didn't see Wonder Woman in this, but we got Superman show up at the end saying, "I didn't know you're new Santa. Why are you keeping that from me? I want to meet Santa too." So that's the end of that. I'm really liking this. It had some good action. I think that the flashbacks took a little bit too long. I really like to see the story progress a little bit more about what Krampus is doing. I thought that part was kind of missing in this, because here's the beats we got. We got the continuation of the next one. We got, finding out what happened with Zatanna because she got this stuff on her face. So Santa's trying to take care of that. And then we get the backstory of, a flashback, basically. And then we get the battle scene, and that's it. We don't find out what Krampus is even really trying to do at this point. Or how he's furthering his plans along, because they end up, killing a lot of his guys, but he has those other Walker guys. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But we only have like 2 issues left. I think it's only a 4-issue series because it goes every week of December. So I don't know. Is it going to go into January? I don't know. But I think it'd be hard to close this up at 4 issues. But yeah, and, as far as doing a film or a television show, that would be awesome. I mean, I'm going to say the same thing every time I review this thing. If we were to do a movie, if James Gunn would do a Christmas movie with the Justice League and Santa Claus, who wouldn't take their kids to see that? It's awesome. So anyway, let's move into Marvel. We have The Punisher, but it's not Frank Castle. So people have a lot of problem with this, and I don't quite understand the need for this book either. Why would you send the Punisher away to bring in another Punisher that has the similar backstory that is not as cool or well known as Frank Castle just to do it? I don't know. This is by Propose and Propose, I guess how you say it. And also, let me change tracks here for a second. So we have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I heard this was god-awful. But the covers look so great. Whoever's doing the covers on those things is really good. But the last Scarlet Witch one was not well received. As far as I know, nobody bought the thing. They bought like a couple of issues and dropped it from every review that I saw. And Steve Orlando got another series. Why would you do that? So you got a guy writing it that nobody likes, and then you put him back on the title? It makes no sense. This is the state of comics right now, where you can fail upwards. But anyway, let's jump into, that's my little rant on, because I love Scarlet Witch. I would like somebody to freaking write her right. I don't know, man. So anyway, we'll get into the Offer. The Offer is like the main villain in this one. I really like that top thing with him coming out, and he goes into this other office. He breaks into something to steal something, basically, and then the Punisher shows up at the end there, and he's looking for information, and And he's like, oh, the Punisher's here. And, he's inside the building and I guess riding on top of you can see that, riding on top of an elevator shaft. So I thought that shot was pretty good. But again, he's got, a SHIELD uniform on that looks like the Punisher with light up chest plate. So anyway, he calls in his guy, and he calls in this group to help him. So the group looks pretty cool. But they walk... Okay. So you have a group of villains, right? Or bodyguards in this case that are protecting a villain. And they know the Punisher, right? They don't know this guy, but they know Frank Castle, right? So you would think that when they went in to this dark place, because he shut all the lights off, that they would all stick together. You would think that they would all stick together. No, they all separate so that he can pick them off one at a time. Makes no sense. So we get the generic on top of the roof or on top of the ceiling. He knocks him out. And then we get the Taskmaster's daughter, which I didn't even know she had a daughter. This fight was actually pretty cool because she actually was semi-competent. She's the only one in the whole group that's competent. So we get this cool little fight scene, but the Punisher has kept the glove from the little shocker guy, and he electrocutes her. So she's done. And then we get Marvel's version of Clayface, who's called Doughboy. I mean, that's an awesome name. Whatever.
Hi, my name is Doughboy. Be scared of me. Doughboy. Don't punch my stomach. Don't do it, because I'll have to laugh.
It's bad, man. That is bad naming. So anyway, he has explosive, so he blows them up. And obviously, he says, let's see whose chest plate is better. Of course, he'd probably blow his own head off, too. So anyway, that's just the next guy. And then the last guy is Bushwhacker. He's an older character. And he can transform an arm into anything. So he battles him. Blah, blah, blah. And, so he blows him up, too, and he's looking kind of nasty right now. We got a glare. Either I got a glare or I got a darkness. And, the fight scenes are okay. But it makes no sense. I can't get over... he drops the piano on him. He drops the piano on him. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. It's again, I thought that the offer was in another building stealing something when the Punisher showed up, and then he called these guys who were outside to come up. But then it sounds like he's in his own apartment at the end, right? He drops stuff at him, and he's like, asking who killed his family, and he's like, "What? You don't know?" But now he looks like he's in his own office. How did that happen? Did the writer just not realize? Was he breaking into somebody's house in his own apartment? I don't understand that. And here you can see the SHIELD logo on his arm. Where is it? Yeah, right there. Because his coat is whatever else is blown off. And then he says, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. But, and this is really stupid too, he drops him out a 40-story window and he goes through the awning and then he lands on a car. And he's like, well, you'll live. Dude, you drop somebody out a 40-story window and I don't care how many awnings they go through, they're dead. They are dead. So, look at the amount of dent on the car. He dented the shit out of that with his body. So, yeah. This one is, I want the old Punisher. Everybody wants the old Punisher back. Of course, Jason Aaron totally screwed that. So there are some people that like that last Punisher run by Jason Aaron. I was not one of them. I didn't like the deconstruction he did. with the character. And but anyway, so this one's okay. I don't know. I think it's a mini series, so I may keep collecting it to see if it gets any better. But after issue 6, I'm probably, if it keeps going, I'm going to drop it. And I think that's with everybody. Anybody who's collecting it is probably just giving it a chance, and that's it. So would it make a good film or television show? No. No, it's because if you're going to do it, you're going to do the regular Punisher. This guy's just a throwaway. And that's what the book is. It's basically a throwaway. I mean, even says right on the cover, the man is different, but the mission remains the same. So it even tells you right on the cover that it's a ripoff, and there's nothing new to it. All right, so let's go into my Kickstarter book. So this is the Boston Metaphysical Society. It is by Madeline Holly Rising, who's part of my film group back in LA. So I like to support what she does, and we've kind of gone back and forth with marketing. So she'll market for me, and I'll market for her, and that kind of thing. And she signed it for me and stuff like that too. So so that's her. But this is about a group of 3 people. It's almost like a steampunky type of thing. So it's got that 1880s type of look to it, and we have Teslas in it. So whenever you're dealing with like that kind of steampunk, there's always like electrical and everything else going on. So that's what it's like. So you have an inventor, you have a ex-Pinkerton kind of coppish guy, military, that kind of thing, and then you have the girl who is telekinetic, and she's also can see, she's psychic to a certain extent. She has visions and things like that. So, and she takes pictures of spectral images, stuff like that. I don't know how many more emails I could get while I'm sitting here for 15 minutes. But anyway, it's a new story. And my only critique with this is that it's a comic, but there's not a whole lot of action in this. So it's called Mystery at Pike's Peak. And this is number 1. So they leave Boston and they go to Colorado, where Tesla is experimenting on a new type of energy source. So, whenever we get steampunk, we have to have a dirigible. It's just how it works, man. So that's how they're getting from point A to point B. The artwork is okay. I think the artwork on the cover is better than what it is on the interior, especially for the faces. I'm not really a big fan of this kind of light artwork that doesn't have a whole lot of detail to it. It's just kind of colors. But it's okay. Again, I support her. And anyway, they go to see Tesla, and Tesla's like a complete dick in this thing. So he's very dickish. He's like, "What are you guys doing here? Get off my property!" And it's just her, right? That's right. He just doesn't like her. He respects the other scientists, but he doesn't like her. And he's like, "What did you do? Bring her here." He's like, "You got a problem?" "I got a problem. My problem's you." Anyway, I guess he partnered another email. I mean, it's amazing. So he partnered up with this Asian woman who is kind of supporting the whole thing financially. The whole experiment, she's kind of like his partner, but he kind of likes to be left alone, and that's what they like. "We thought you worked alone." And he's like, "Well, occasionally I like to have some money." And she's like, "Is he still a dick?" And he's like, yeah, he's still a dick. But anyway, then they're about to run the experiment, and there's an explosion, and 2 of the 3 bodyguards or whatever else are killed in this explosion. So now we have the mystery. Where does this explosion come from? Who's trying to kill who? All this stuff. Was it meant for the Asian girl? Was it meant for Tesla? Nobody knows. So here's where it gets kind of off the rails. They say that he says, I'm going to get Astor to pay you two, meaning the Pinkerton guy, Samuel, and the other scientist. I'm going to pay you guys, or they're going to pay you guys to go and find out who is behind this so I don't have to stop my experimentation. That's supposed to happen that night. Then, pretty much the next page, she says, oh, but we don't want to tell the Astors. So we don't want to freak them out because we're about to have the experiment. And the Astors is the one that's supposed to be paying them. So you hired them to investigate, but you don't want to tell them why they're investigating? I'm very confused by that. Either A, it was a mistake, or B, it's just plain confusing. So we find out that the girl can telekinetic fix cups with no seams, because she has a broken cup and she fixes it with her mind, and she confused things together. Another email. That's awesome. There's another one. In 10 minutes, I've gotten 20 emails. We got a problem here, man. We got a problem with all the emails. It's crazy. So anyway, they sit down, blah, 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 and she has some kind of a... Oh, that's right. So he starts this whole thing up, and when he starts up the experiment, I guess she wasn't feeling well, or she just decided to go to bed in the middle of all this. And so whatever that thing that takes place ends up sending her into a vision that she can't wake up from. And that's the end of issue 1. So, like I said, it's not a whole lot of action that takes place here. We have, them going to Colorado. We have, the explosion. We have the experimentation, and then we have the vision at the end, and the rest of it's all just exposition. So I wish it would up its pace a little bit, because it does get a little lull at times. Would it make a good film or television show? Yeah, if this was written more with more action and having these 3 types of characters, I could see this being a good television show where it's kind of like Monster of the Week kind of thing. Yeah, like two-part episodes and stuff like that. But the pace would have to be quickened. You'd have people turn it off, the thing, if it didn't hold people's attention. And, we should be well, I think it's like 25 pages or 24 pages. We should be well into the story by this point. So I feel it's kind of dragging. But, so let's just do a recap real quick. So, Boss Metaphysical Society, I think it just needs to be quickened up in pace. That's all. And it's got good elements to it. Punisher, no, because it would have to be the original Punisher, so this is kind of just a sideline. And Silent, good night. Yes, this would be awesome if we could get a movie out of this. Even a cartoon. I can even do the cartoon. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. Give me the thumbs up. Give me a middle finger. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm trying to grow the channel out. And remember that I will be running Late Pledge. I have been working on the card game for me and Mark Spears for the classic Monsters. We actually have an expansion that we're reworking on that has Oz in it. So, but it's going to be like a Oz, horrifying Oz, so like a monster Oz. So, it's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys, and happy holidays, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Check out some of my other videos right here. All right, bye-bye.